Cabbage might be the most underrated vegetables in your kitchen, but today we are turning it into crispy roasted cabbage steaks, topped with a rich chickpea stew and a creamy cilantro tahini sauce. And once you see how this transforms in the oven, it's hard to think of cabbage as boring again. Start by preheating the oven to 220 degrees Celsius or 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Drizzle some olive oil onto a lined baking tray and brush it evenly across the surface. One thing I always do here is heat the tray first because it helps cabbage start crisping up right away instead of just steaming. Then place the tray in the oven for a few seconds to heat up. Now take a cabbage and slice it into thick steaks, about 2 to 3 centimeters thick. Try to keep the core intact so the slices hold together while roasting. Some outer leaves might fall apart and that's completely fine. I actually like to roast those too because they turn extra crispy and almost chip-like. In a bowl, mix smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper powder, and olive oil. Cabbage has a mild flavor, so seasoning it well at this stage really makes a difference. Now carefully place the cabbage steaks on the hot tray. You might hear a slight sizzle when the tray hit the surface, which is exactly what you want. Now brush this seasoned oil over the cabbage steaks. Make sure both sides are well coated so you get even browning. Roast for about 20 minutes, then flip and roast for another 10 to 15 minutes until the edges are golden and slightly charred and the center is tender. While the cabbage is roasting, start working on the chickpea stew. Peel and finally chop the garlic. And slice the onion. Keep them aside. Heat some olive oil in a pan. Add the chopped garlic and cook for about 30 to 40 seconds, just until fragrant. And add the sliced onion. Let it cook for about 5 to 6 minutes until soft and lightly golden. This simple step builds the base flavor, so it's worth letting the onions cook properly instead of rushing. Now add smoked paprika, cumin powder, turmeric, salt and black pepper. Cooking the spices briefly in oil gives the stew a deeper flavor. Next, add the tomato puree and cook it for 2 to 3 minutes. I like to cook the tomato for a bit here because it removes the raw taste and slightly thickens the base. Now add the rinsed chickpeas along with the water or vegetable broth and mix everything well. At this point, add the spinach if you're using it. It blends right into the stew and adds a nice texture. Cover and let it simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes so the flavors come together. Give it a stir occasionally. After that, lightly mash some of the chickpeas directly in the pan. This is something I always do because it thickens the stew naturally and helps the sauce cling better. Let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Then finish with a little lemon juice and chopped cilantro. The lemon really helps balance the richness and brightens up the flavors. Now for the cilantro tahini sauce. In a blender, add tahini. I'm using dark tahini here, but you can also use regular light tahini. Lemon juice, garlic, maple syrup, cilantro, salt and pepper. Add ice cold water gradually and blend until smooth and pourable. I like using cold water here because it keeps the sauce light and creamy. This is one of those recipes that really shows how a basic vegetable can turn into something surprisingly satisfying with just the right technique. By now, the cabbage should be beautifully roasted. You are looking for crispy edges, soft centers, and a deep golden color. Let it rest for a minute before plating. I have found this helps it stay crisp instead of turning soggy too quickly. To assemble, place a cabbage steak on a plate and spoon the chickpea stew over the top. Try not to cover everything completely so those crispy edges are still visible. Drizzle the cilantro tahini sauce over the top and finish with a little extra cilantro if you like. And that's it. You get crispy, soft, saucy and creamy textures all in one dish, made with simple ingredients like cabbage and chickpeas. If you try this recipe, I would love to hear how it turned out. And don't forget to subscribe to my Ginger Garlic Kitchen channel for more easy everyday recipes. Thanks for watching. Happy cooking. See you next time.